For Tigerdetails.com, Jerit Roser here with Ron Higgins in Tiger Stadium following LSU's 23-20 defeat, survival, whatever you want to call it, against Auburn, another top 10 matchup, and a little bit more back and forth than a lot of the games have been thus far for LSU. They go down early and for the first time don't immediately answer with a touchdown, and then when they do, Auburn had answers, and it really wasn't until the third quarter when LSU was able to take control and keep it the rest of the way. I mean, what was your overall takeaway of the way this game developed and the way LSU was able to ultimately come out on top again?
It's LSU versus Auburn. I mean, plain and simple, that's what happens. These games are always one-possession games usually. It doesn't matter the point spread. They play each other physical. They play each other tough. They play each other to the end. And that's just the way these games go. And LSU finally figured out that, you know, they're dropping a hell of a lot of people into pass defense coverage. Let's run the ball. And once they did that, that turned the game. And, you know, again, Clyde Edwards-Helaire once again showed that he's a really, really good back. And in fact, probably a very still underrated back. I mean, 26 carries, 136 and a touchdown. And that drive all by himself in the third quarter kind of flipped the game. Joe Burrow, another Joe Burrow type game. I think 32 completions, maybe his career high. So, again, LSU did what it had to do to win. This was a hard game to play. And the LSU fans who didn't realize that, they should realize that now. Auburn's going to be hard every year, no matter how good you think your team is.
Yeah, that drive you mentioned, Clyde rushes the ball 4 times for 45 yards into the end zone, turns a 13-10 deficit into a 16-13 lead, and then one of 4 straight 3-and-outs forced by the defense, get the ball right back to Joe Burrow, who is able to go a little bit to Clyde, a little bit to Thad Moss, a little bit to Justin Jefferson, and then run it right up the middle 7 yards for the touchdown. That they gave him a little bit of breathing room, and they really needed it down the stretch, as you mentioned. It ends up being a really close LSU-Auburn game. How impressed were you with the defensive side of the ball, the way that they were able to just shut down Auburn for such a huge stretch in that second half? Absolutely.
I mean, Auburn had the big 70-yard run like on the first play, got a field goal, and then LSU's defense just made them disappear. So many punts. LSU kind of took over the momentum of the game, got the 10-point lead, which they needed. Again, the defense stepped up when they had to step up. A lot like the Florida game. They stepped up when they had to step up to give their offense time to kind of get it going and get a little streak of scoring going and kind of bring it down home for the win. So, yeah, like I said, 23-20 with Auburn is a good score because these games, so many freaky things have happened over the years in these games. And wouldn't have been surprised if Auburn would recover the onside kick there at the end, but they didn't. And LSU got out of here with a win, and now it's on to Alabama.
Do you leave concerned at all about the amount of penalties or still some uncertainty in the kicking game, anything along those lines, or is it just that's kind of the way these games go and they'll put that behind them before that big one in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm not concerned about the penalties, but the kicking game, yeah. The kicking game, I would say so. Honestly, I think that Ed Orgeron's kind of lost faith in Cade York. And there were some times in the first half where honestly, he would have gone for a 45, 47-yard field goal and just bypassed it. Didn't want to try it. So, yeah, I think there's some faith loss in the kicking game. The penalties, they can be cleaned up. A lot of those were just stupid personal fouls of hitting back after somebody hits him and getting caught. So that can't have that.
Ultimately, LSU able to overcome some of those miscues today, get that 23-20 victory, defeat of Auburn, who has not won in Tiger Stadium since 1999. For Ron Higgins, I'm Jerit Roser. Thanks for watching.